What's up, y'all? So I finally got my first Scream theatrical experience with Scream 6, where the Carpenter sisters are haunted by a new Ghostface in New York City. I really want to talk about what I loved about this movie, but I know not everyone has seen it yet, so there's going to be a spoiler live stream tomorrow night on Sunday at 7 p.m. before the Oscars. So if you want to talk spoilers with me, Dallas, and Corey, we would love to have you guys stop by and talk Scream. I think enough of you will have seen it by then so we can actually have a good conversation and nobody can get spoiled, but I want to give you my quick thoughts on this movie in a quick movie review. My favorite thing about this movie is the backdrop of New York City and how intense the Ghostface scenes are in the space that it is. It's good to have something refreshing outside of Woodsboro, and I'll say that New York was really fun. I love the claustrophobic feel of the concrete jungle with Ghostface. One, I want to say this is an all-timer for the opening scene. I know I'm super new to the Scream franchise, as a lot of you guys know for my first time watching reactions. I think this is one of my favorite opening sequences of any of the Scream movies. The Carpenter sisters are back and they are more badass than ever, and we still have Mindy and Chad with the core four. I love their camaraderie, but I think most of all people are going to love the Ghostface. They're going to love the chase sequences and the kills, and I think they're going to love the backdrop of New York City and how they were able to incorporate such great sequences that will stand out in the Scream franchise probably forever. No Sidney Prescott in this one, but the other legacy characters with Gail and Kirby, they were great additions to the story, especially Kirby. I felt like for a minute there, Gail was just there to be there. She almost didn't have a good reason to be in the movie until you get to her chase sequence with Ghostface from the movie trailer. I think Kirby, though, I love her backstory and why she's doing what she's doing. Like, just in case you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to get into too many details, but I think Kirby is really great addition to the movie. I'm really glad they brought Kirby back, though. You know, she gives really strong, like, final girl energy, kind of like Sydney. And I thought she was dead in Scream 4. As you guys know, in the Scream 4 reaction, that was probably one of my biggest reactions of the entire Scream franchise, was Kirby stabbing from Charlie. So I really, really love that they brought her back. She's a great character. Also really like Detective Bailey. I like his dynamic with the group as well. He was really nice addition to the movie, especially him and Kirby kind of having that like police, FBI jurisdiction. I thought that was really good. And he was a new, fresh kind of perspective on the Ghostface killing, since he's the New York cop versus like the California bunch that have survived Woodsboro. And while this is spoiler free, I do want to say that the reveal at the end I thought was satisfying. I know that's probably one of the more controversial things that people are talking about right now, is they're not as excited or didn't like that reveal quite as much. I enjoyed it. And also, real quick, I just want to say that the Ghostface knife, when they wipe the blood, that is one of the hardest moves that any horror icon has. That is so fucking iconic. And there's a specific part in this movie where they clean the blood off the knife. I literally almost stood up and cheered because it was so badass. So if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then we will talk about it in the spoiler live stream tomorrow. I think another big gripe people will have with this movie is the characters seem to be invulnerable to these stab wounds. Even if they get stabbed 20 times, it seems like they're able to just get up and keep going, or they somehow survive. And my answer to that is I take it with a grain of salt. I've seen Dewey survive a lot worse in 4 movies, and if these characters are going to also survive, you know, imagine if Dewey died in Scream 2 instead of where he did pass away. You know, I think there's a reason that these characters survive. I think that we are in for a treat with Scream 7, and that if the characters did survive, that they are on the chopping block, that we will see something crazy happen in Scream 7. But I really enjoyed this movie. If I had to give it a score right now, out of the theater, I really liked it. I would have given it a 9 out of 10, but giving it a little time to steam and thinking over what I really enjoyed about the movie, I think 8.5 is fair. It's definitely one of my top 3 Scream movies, so that might be controversial too, but I really do love this movie. I want to give you a ranking of my movies, my favorite killers, my favorite kills. I think that would be really fun to keep talking about Scream with you guys, and we're going to have the live stream discussion tomorrow night at 7 p.m. before the Oscars. I didn't realize that the Oscars was tomorrow night, so I don't know. Hopefully you guys aren't having like a huge Oscar party or anything. But if you aren't and you want to talk Scream with me and Dallas and Corey, we will be in the live stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. There's no telling how long we'll go. Thank you guys for watching this review. Thank you for joining me on this Scream journey. It was so fun watching Scream 1 through 6 with you. It's possible I'll watch the Scream TV show in a reaction format soon, and a tons more Scream content coming your way this next week or so. And then we'll get into the next reaction, which is looking like Final Destination in the community poll. So if you haven't voted in that poll yet, check out the community post. Make sure you subscribe to the Dork Side so you catch all the other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.